only did I drop out, I had no clue what I wanted to do. It took me 3 years to get to this point because I decided that I wasn't happy with where my life was going. It's so weird to say that I'm not paying for this. I'm being sponsored. There's something about tea that is so calming. Right now I'm drinking a green tea with some honey in it. I think this is the perfect wind down for bed. I dropped out of uni in 2022 and I've now returned to studying, back to being a student in 2025. I'll just start from the beginning. Initially, I never wanted to go to university. I wanted to do a degree apprenticeship in aerospace engineering. I've been working since I was 16 and a lot of places won't hire you unless you had experience. So I already knew that in the forefront. I'm not going to university. I'd rather do a degree apprenticeship. It's 5 years, but at the end of it, I'll be getting paid and I won't be in debt. For a long time, I resented my parents for not allowing me to go through with that decision that I wanted to make myself. There were a lot of talks such as, it's not a real thing. I feel like that decision was taken away from me. I think it got to the point where I stopped applying myself during uni and I just kept failing second year. I retook second year and I failed again, and then that's when I decided I'm not continuing with this because clearly something's not working. I am the oldest of 4, so you can only imagine how embarrassing, how disappointing it must have been for my parents. And then the pressure that I put on myself as well. It was really tough. Not only did I drop out, I had no clue what I wanted to do and I just felt like I wasted so much time. By that time I was 22 and I was already thinking life is over and I'm about to be 25, and I just thought that was the furthest thing from the truth. I'd only just turned 22. I think I would say for about 2-3 years I struggled to be passionate about things. I think I was just in and out of depression. There would be periods where I was fine and there was periods where I weren't. And only last year did I start figuring out how to deal with your emotions. You still feel things even if you're not acknowledging them. What I've learned to understand is that feelings don't just disappear, they just get buried. They will erupt at one point, they will come to the surface, and that's just what it is. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did. I would start something and it would be really hard for me to finish. I seen this in all areas of my life. It wasn't just to do with studying. I really struggled with finishing what I'd started, and even starting was a struggle. I don't know if I've entirely broken out of that cycle. I would like to think I'm starting to work my way out of that cycle, but I wouldn't know unless I try and put myself out there again. This course that I'm studying, I actually applied for it twice. The first time I applied for it, no, I think I applied for it 3 times actually. There's 3 interview stages. First time I applied for it, didn't get anything. Like, it was a straight no. Second time I applied for it, I think I got through to the second interview round. This one, I got through to the final interview. It was time for me to interview with the company. They felt there were other stronger candidates, which is fair enough. But because they really liked me, they decided that they were going to sponsor me in my education. I only got to this point because I didn't give up on myself. Before, I would have seen, oh, I got rejected. This means it's not for me. I can't try this. I'm not good enough. I would just spiral. I would just keep going down. Like, there was no way out. I really struggled with seeing beyond my failures. Really and truly, it was just a rejection. It wasn't a failure. My mindset back then was, I'm not good enough, so I'm not going to try anymore. And then that would be the end of it. Where I'm starting to work on my mind, I'm starting to realize the importance of asking the right questions, reframing the way in which you look at things. And this is not me trying to preach to you because I'm only just figuring this out myself now. This is something I've learned not even in the last 6 months. Even in the state I'm in now, every day work on my mind. It's so easy to go back into old habits, especially when it's subconscious. One thing about me, I love music. There's always going to be music playing, but when I'm starting to work on my mind, I've really wanted to focus in on listening to my thoughts and figuring out where a lot of these things are stemming from. And it's very uncomfortable, especially when I would hear the way I talk to myself. Like, if this was someone talking to me, I would stay away from that person, is basically what I'm trying to say. And these are things that I never caught onto before because I always had music on in the background, so I'm not listening to my subconscious thoughts, or something playing in the background, so my mind was always occupied. And so I didn't know what was really going on. I didn't realize a lot of it was to do with my mind and what I thought about myself. So I started the course yesterday, literally had an anxiety attack after the first session. I couldn't breathe. I felt so anxious. Do you know when you feel like something bad has happened? And I was just hyperventilating. Am I really going back to school? And am I going to finish this? I didn't finish this the last time. This is what I mean. This is what goes through my mind. It was like 100 questions at one time. I told myself, look, Brie, it's different this time. The stakes are higher this time. You know what is on the table. You know what you're going to lose. I also didn't know any better. I was doing what I was being told and not what I wanted. Me doing this course now, this is what I want. I decided to put myself in this position because I made that choice for myself. And I had to let myself feel like, yeah, you feel anxious. Yeah, you feel scared. And it's okay to feel those things. But also, I'm not going to let these feelings define me and try to back me into a corner and make me think I'm not going to finish this course, because I will finish this course. Why? Because I just will. It's either I do or I don't. I didn't realize how important it was to have those conversations with myself. It's really interesting because I talk to myself as if I'm a child, if that makes sense. I talk to myself as though I am a separate entity from myself and I'm taking care of a child. I think a lot of the wounds and a lot of the habits I had formed when I was younger, when I wasn't able to express myself. A lot of the times I had to keep it bottled up, and I think that really messed up the way I self-regulate my emotions. I've found out, I think like 2 months ago, I have an anxious avoidant attachment style. It's really been playing into it as well with how I deal with things. These are not excuses, these are just things that allow me to be more aware of myself. And I've been journaling every single day since, I want to say since December. And it's also been something else that I've been using as a tool to help figure out everything that's going on in my life. It took me 3 years to get to this point because I decided that I wasn't happy with where my life was going. I can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. I can only control what's going to happen now. Right now, I want this for myself more than anything. Hope you guys can relate to this video. I'm literally about to go to bed, so I just wanted to talk to you guys and just let you know what's been going on. If you like this content, I'd really appreciate it if you would comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you also appreciate what I had to say, you can leave a thumbs up. And you can also subscribe. I want to see how this video does. Even if it gets like 1 comment, that would be a good indicator that at least people are engaging with what I have to say. It feels so weird to go back to school. It feels so weird. Like, it feels like I'm doing a 360, and it feels so weird to say that I'm not paying for this. Like, I'm being sponsored. I remember last year looking at courses and I was seeing things like 6,000. I have to pay this fee, that fee just to get a certification. And to be at this stage now to say where my education is free, I am beyond blessed. Like, I can't be more grateful. Bye guys.